Millionaire disguises as a broke man at his own bar. The waitress's reaction shocked him. The moment Aaron Claymore pushed open the creaky rear door of his own bar, dressed in a wrinkled shirt, faded jeans, and shoes that looked like they'd been rescued from a donation bin, he felt an unfamiliar sting in his chest. For the first time in his 32 years of privilege, he was stepping into the world not as the owner of Claymore Spirits, one of the most popular bar chains in the state, but as a ghost drifting unnoticed through the place built on his family's legacy. And in that quiet moment of disguise, he had no idea that a single waitress with tired eyes and an exhausted smile would test every belief he had about power, money, and humanity. Before the story continues, if you believe in kindness, second chances, and stories that restore faith in people, please like, comment, share, and subscribe to Touch of Kindness Stories. It helps us bring more heart-touching stories to you. Aaron stepped into the main bar area, blinking as the afternoon sunlight spilled through the tall windows, catching dust in golden streaks. The place was quiet, daytime lull. A few early customers nursed beers at the counter. A couple laughed at a corner table. The jukebox hummed faintly with soft country music. He slipped into a booth as casually as he could, pulling his old cap lower on his forehead. Today, he wasn't Aaron Claymore, millionaire heir and CEO. Today, he was Ben, a guy who looked like he hadn't slept on a real bed in days. He did it to see the truth. Rumors had reached him. Complaints about staff mistreatment, customers being ignored, and a massive dip in the warmth Claymore Spirits was known for. He wanted answers. Real ones. Not the filtered reports his managers always fed him. So he disguised himself. Not glamorous, not dramatic, just painfully simple. That's when he saw her, a young woman with chestnut hair pulled back in the loosest ponytail imaginable, dark circles under her eyes, and a limp in her walk like she'd been on her feet for too many shifts in a row. Her name tag read Meera. She carried a tray with trembling hands, trying to balance plates she clearly didn't have the strength for. Every movement looked carefully measured, as if her body had learned to work through exhaustion by necessity alone. Aaron watched quietly as she apologized to 3 customers in a row, always with nervous sincerity, as if fearing punishment for even the smallest mistake. He noticed how she never stopped scanning the room, making sure everyone was okay, even as she pushed through her own discomfort. And then her troubled gaze fell on him, the broke man sitting alone. Her lips curved into a gentle smile, the kind people force when survival demands it. "Hey there," she said softly, setting a napkin and menu in front of him. "If you're hungry, I'll bring you water on the house, okay? Just let me know what you want. No rush." Aaron opened his mouth to speak, then closed it. No staff member had ever offered him anything for free. Not even a smile that genuine. She leaned closer. "You look like you've had a long week. Sit as long as you need." Confused and moved, Aaron nodded. "Water would be nice. Thank you." She brought him a glass moments later, but not before talking a manager out of scolding another waitress for a spilled drink. Aaron noticed how Meera shielded her coworker, taking the blame herself. "Sorry, sir. That was my tray," she said, though it wasn't. The manager, a man named Grayson with slicked hair and a face twisted with superiority, barely glanced at her before walking away. Meera exhaled shakily and returned to Aaron's booth. As she poured his water, Aaron saw her hands shake slightly. She brushed it off. "Rough day?" he asked gently. She laughed, a tiny, brittle sound. "Rough life, maybe. But hey, at least we're breathing. That's something, right?" Aaron studied her face, feeling a heaviness inside. "Why do you keep working if it's this hard?" She shrugged. "Because I have someone counting on me. My little brother. He's only 9. He needs school supplies, meds for his asthma, and, well, a life better than this." Her eyes grew distant. "So I smile. I work. I try." Aaron swallowed hard. He hadn't expected this. He came undercover to uncover corruption, not to find a person carrying the weight of the world alone. Over the next hour, customers trickled in, and the bar grew livelier. Meera worked through the chaos with grace, cleaning tables, calming angry customers, and protecting co-workers from Grayson's impatience. Aaron watched her stand between a drunk customer and a frightened bartender, talking the man down with a firmness that surprised everyone. He watched her slip a free sandwich to an elderly vet who said he couldn't eat unless the price dropped. He watched her refill drinks without being asked. Every moment revealed who she truly was, a quiet warrior in an apron. At one point, Meera returned to Aaron's table with a small plate of fries. "These were extra. You can have them if you'd like. No charge." He stared at her. "Why are you so kind?" Her expression softened. "Because life hasn't been kind to me. And when you know what that feels like, you don't ever want someone else to feel it." Aaron felt something inside him shift, something more powerful than guilt, more personal than duty. For the first time, he wasn't observing his employees. He was witnessing their lives, their burdens, their silent battles. But the true breaking point came moments later. Meera, rushing between tables, suddenly winced sharply. Her knee buckled. She caught herself with one hand against a chair, breath trembling. Aaron jumped up instinctively. "You okay?" he asked. "I'm fine," she insisted with a painful smile. "Just an old injury. Too many double shifts. Does the bar not let you rest?" She hesitated. Only if I want fewer hours. And I can't afford that. Aaron clenched his jaw. He felt anger burning. At Grayson, at the system, at himself for not knowing. But disaster struck soon after that a customer accidentally knocked over a glass pitcher, sending shards scattering. The bar went silent. Grayson stormed toward the scene, eyes locked on Meera before she'd even reached the table. Meera? Again? Every day with you. It wasn't her. Aaron began, but Grayson cut him off. You stay out of it. She's always causing problems. Meera bowed her head, too tired to fight. Sir, I'll clean it. No, Grayson snapped. You'll go home for the day. Without pay. Maybe next time you'll focus. Aaron felt something inside him snap clean in half. Enough, he said sharply. Grayson scoffed. Who are you? Aaron straightened, finally pulling off the worn cap. His hair, usually neatly styled, fell messily across his forehead, but his eyes burned with authority. My name, he said slowly, is Aaron Claymore. The entire bar went still. A server gasped. Grayson's face drained of color. Meera's eyes widened in disbelief. What? And I've been watching everything, Aaron continued. Especially you, Grayson. How you treat the staff. How you talk to customers. How you punish people unfairly. This since today. Grayson stammered. Sir, I didn't. This isn't. You're fired, Aaron said coldly. Effective immediately. Whispers rippled across the room. Meera stepped back, shaking. Wait, you're the owner? Why were you? Because I needed to see the truth, Aaron said, turning to her. I came disguised to understand what was happening here. And you, Meera, you taught me more about this bar in one day than my entire management team taught me in a year. She swallowed hard. Did I do something wrong? Aaron's voice softened. No, you did everything right. More than right. You showed humanity when you had every reason not to. You protected people, served them, cared about them. He took a breath. And no one has cared about you back. That changes now. Meera's eyes filled with tears. She tried to blink away. I don't understand. You will, Aaron said. He promised her paid medical leave for her injury, a promotion when she returned, and full coverage of her brother's medical expenses. The staff clapped. A few customers did too. Meera broke into tears, covering her face as she sank into a chair. Aaron sat beside her, speaking softly, so only she could hear. You don't have to fight alone anymore. She wiped her cheeks. Why? Why help me? Because kindness deserves to be rewarded. And because you reminded me what my family built this bar for, community, not profit. Meera smiled through trembling lips. Thank you for seeing me. Thank you, Aaron whispered, for showing me what I had forgotten. The bar felt different now, lighter, warmer, richer in spirit. Aaron knew this was only the beginning. He would rebuild everything, starting with the people who gave the bar its heart. If this story touched your heart, please like the video, comment your thoughts, share it with someone who could use a reminder that kindness still matters, and subscribe to Touch of Kindness Stories. Your support helps us continue creating emotional, inspiring stories for you. Before we close, Sparkle's special request. Comment one word that describes how this story made you feel. Sparkles.